Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna paint a new portrait today. Here I have the colors: titanium white, cadmium yellow, cadmium orange, permanent red. This is quinacridone rose, cobalt blue, raw umber, and black. Okay, let's start sketching. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna start just with raw umber. Just on the air, very lightly. I wanna use it just as a pencil. I'm going all. I'm trying to draw the overall shape. Checking out the angle here, angle here, angle here, and angle here. Okay. I try to draw the contour of the face. At the same time, I check out the negative shape that I see here. Okay. Okay, now the center line of the face is going to be around here, just pretty lightly. Now another line for the eyebrows, and from here I can measure to the nose, and usually the nose is halfway from the eyebrows to the bottom of the chin. Okay. Hello, Monique. Okay. Okay, now the nose. I check out this space that is here, and I'm squinting and trying to imagine this is a flat shape, making this dark. Okay, stepping back a bit, squinting. I'm using my cell phone as a mirror. Okay, just like this. Okay, that's good. Now how tilted is the chin? Okay, I could use a brush, put it here, and then put it on top of the photograph. And then how tilted is the mandible? Same. Put this on the photograph and move it here. Or you can just hold two brushes, one brush here and one brush on top of the photograph. I got the photograph next to my easel, pretty close and the same size. Hello, Fanchon. Okay, hello, Miru. Hello, just casual. Thank you, Kasim. Okay. Now for the eye, I compare with the photograph. I check out the alignment with the photograph. At the same time, I adjust proportions. Okay, from the eyebrow to the nose is the same distance to the chin. On this portion, if we split this in 3 portions, we can see the eyes on top of the first one. Something that's going to change these measurements is when the face is tilted backward, okay, or is tilted forward. In this case, because the face is tilted backward, the eye usually looks a little bit down on this proportion, okay, around here. Another thing, the distance between the eyes is usually one eye. It means that I can measure from the tear duct. Let's say the tear duct is here, in the corner of the eye, and I can fit one eye here, from the bridge of the nose to a tear duct. Even that the face is in a trickery view, I could still use that measurement. It helps a lot. Okay. Okay, for the mouth, I split this portion in 2. Let's say it's here. Now, this is just about proportions. I compare with the photograph, and I check out the alignment at the same time. Now I know if I gotta move it a little bit up or down. Okay, but if at some point I have any doubt about the position of the nose or the mouth, I could rely on proportions. And if, let's say that I'm working from a small photograph, I'm going to rely on proportions first and then observation. Here I kind of use both things, proportions and observation. I compare a lot. Okay. That's just common, that's common to obviously to compare because we copy from a photograph. What I mean is because I got the photograph the same size as my painting, it's easier for me just to check out the alignment and pinpoint my eyes really fast to compare. And I used to do that every like 5 minutes. I don't even know how often I do that, but let's say 5 minutes. Okay, hello Gabriel. Hello Marilu. Marilu. Okay. What are you doing here, Marilu? Marilu, there is my wife. She has a YouTube channel too. She paints landscapes. In any case, somebody wants to just go to see her channel and check out her paintings. Okay, I got this. Now, this is basically just one value that represents all the shadow here. Now I need another brush to mix a new color for the light. Okay. Now, obviously, there are a lot of values here. Moving from lighter values and midtones. Okay, I gotta mix a color that kind of between, because on top of that I'm gonna add more lights and midtones. Okay, let's say I'm gonna mix some orange here. Okay, I'm gonna use raw umber to knock down this orange. Hello Rosen. Thank you. Hello Gary. Okay. Now, I'm thinking right now, okay, I'm gonna add lights, midtones and all of that, and see the photograph. I see some greenish color here. Her blouse is green, definitely is reflecting some color here. Okay, some greenish all around here, and then I see a skin color. It's kind of an orangey, a knockdown orangey color. It could be lighter, it could be darker. Okay, and then here I'm gonna try to mix just a mid-tone. Let's say something like this. No, I'm gonna knock down this a bit more. If it's too orangey, I could use raw umber, I could use blue or black to knock it down. Just slowly, even a touch of black, just a little bit, okay? Be careful with black. It's just too strong, it could knock down the color really fast. And then you're gonna end up just mixing more and more paint. What about this? Okay, yeah, I think it's gonna work. Just thinking I'm gonna add more paint on top, okay? Lighter colors on top. Okay. This is my mid-tone. Okay. I'm thinking, I'm squinting, I'm just thinking the face is just that I could paint the face right now with just two values. This one is gonna represent the light, and the other one the shadow. Okay. Hello Sylvia. Hello Mustafa. Thank you. Hello Joanne. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Okay. What else? What else? Okay, the ear. No. Okay, now I just have basically two colors. I don't have a lot of paint. Okay. Now I just put this brush just here next to the other one that I have used to paint the first value. I'm gonna paint the green here. Couple blue and cadmium yellow. Okay. Okay, I got that. I still doesn't have any green here. I see some green on the photograph. And just, let's say, just killing the canvas now. I wanna just put color all over the canvas first. This is just raw umber. Okay, now the background. What about the background? Okay, I like it, but I would love to change a bit. I'm not so sure now. I'm just thinking right now, maybe, I don't know why I see green here and I think about contrast and I think about red. But green and red is just, the opposite color is pretty elementary, let's say. And maybe I could think about pink, a knockdown pink, kind of going to a violetish color. Okay, I like the photograph, obviously, but I got the feeling that it's just kind of the same color that I see here on the shoulder is all over, and I think I could do a bit more, or maybe let's say I copy the same color. Okay, but I change what? I change the value. On top it could be dark here, as dark as the shadow on the face, and lighter here. Maybe you could just make it more yellowish. Yeah, I don't know, so many options. But one thing for sure, I'm not gonna use too much paint, and that way I'm gonna be able to change it. I'm using some linseed oil on this fan brush. Okay, I'm gonna add just raw umber. Okay, and now some yellow here and white. Or I can make this color even more greenish than the blouse. It could be. I like the idea of some violet, some pink. But let's see. It's too early yet to know for sure what color is gonna work better. Okay. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your name. But thank you anyway. On Facebook. The last comment on Facebook. Oh, hello, Gila. Hello, Gila. How you doing? Oh my God, I made a mistake on the link. Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to change that to okay. Oh, Monique, it's good to get both of these two initial values. Yeah, yeah. Hello, Sharon. Yeah, thank you, Sharon. Feeling better. I used to go live. I used to, make these live streams once a week. It's been like a month since I didn't do any live stream. It's because I got some problems with my back. My back hurts. Still does. I'm not getting any better. Yeah, maybe a bit. But the thing is that I'm walking more, definitely. And eventually I'm gonna get better. Yeah. Anyway, okay. I got two values here. I got an insinuation of the nose, the mouth, and the eyes. Okay, let's say two values. We can move to a third one. Okay, I just can mix here, just white, orange again. This orange is kind of yellowish. I'm gonna add a touch of cadmium red. Oh, this is permanent red. This is pretty close to cadmium red, or a touch of this quinacridone rose, which is pretty close to alizarin crimson. Okay, let's see. I'm mixing this color, I'm checking the color there, and checking with the value here. There has to be a difference. I'm checking if the color, the light on the face is yellowish, is reddish, is bluish. Well, I'm trying to know what's the temperature of this light. Okay, what's the temperature? It's just, you see that's pretty yellowish? I don't think so, you know. Now I can just let's say that, let's try any color that you mix here is gonna get mixed with this color here. Okay, what if you choose gray, white, and raw umber? What about that? Okay, now if you want, when I want a neutral gray, I always mix white with raw umber. Okay, when I want a bluish gray, I mix white and black. In this case, I got a lamb black. We can use ivory black, any black. It's gonna be kind of it has always a bluish tint, and that looks kind of, you know, bluish gray. Now, let's say you got this. Okay, if I knock down this color here, I lay down the color here, the result is not going to be this one. It doesn't matter how grayish it is. Since I'm blending a bit, I'm mixing, the result is going to be a mixture between this one and the color that's here. Now check out the color. You see that's closer? Now pick up the other one, this mixture. Let's put it here. This one has more saturation, it's no grayish. You know, this one glows a bit more because this more is warmer. This one is cooler. Which one do you think is going to work? You can try something like this and see. Okay, and then you're gonna have obviously an advantage knowing that it's not just about mixing on the palette. Every time that we lay down some paint, we continue mixing on the canvas. Based on this, I mean, maybe it's not so clear. I'm gonna just mix more. Okay, based on what you will see here, which color I think is closer to the color on the photograph. Which one do you think is gonna get me closer to this color? This light, let's say orangey color, or just white and raw umber? Okay. Now I know this one is gonna put me closer, but what's happening? Remember, what's happening is this color is getting mixed with this one. Okay, this one with this one, and then you get the result there. The more you add this one, this gets lighter. It's gonna have a little bit of this. Now you can try both. Okay, that's gonna be about color, about lights. Okay, I'm gonna pick up this one. I'm gonna make it even lighter. Two things about temperature. Okay, white. The more white you add a color, is lighter, but it doesn't mean that's brighter. You just add a touch of yellow. I'm gonna mix this one here. This one is gonna glow more than this one. What do you want on your painting? Besides just copying the photograph, you know, what do you want on your painting? Okay. We just want to copy the photograph. Okay, we just, you know, experiment, see what color works, and continue mixing. But if you want something different, you want to change something, you want to just change the color, make it warmer, I don't know, brightish, pinky, whatever you want. Okay, it's up to anyone at the end. Okay, now this is just something simple, you know. Okay, now when you lay down this color here, you're gonna want to make a change. Why? Because since you know that with white it's not gonna glow that much, but with yellow it glows a bit more, that would be a good option. Use this yellowish color to put in the highlight on the nose, because it's gonna make the nose pop, or a highlight on the cheek, on the cheekbone, for the same reason. the same reason, and then add this here, for example, or here, where you want something lighter, a lighter color, but you don't want this just pop as much as the nose. Okay. We're going to start making those subtle changes. I can mix just white and yellow here. For sure this highlight is going to glow more than any other highlight because it has more yellow here. Just because of that, thus we can have the same value here, but one is going to be brighter than the other. Okay, where do you want to put the lights? The lights is are going to be, the reason of the lights is because the bumps on the face, and that's because the anatomy of the face, because the scar. There's a light here because of the cheekbone. Okay. Oops. One second, one second. One second, this is important. Hello? Okay, I'm back. Okay. Now remember, because these lights are going to be on the same spots all the time, and I keep repeating this in every video that I paint here on YouTube. You know, this is about repetition, practice, 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 and repetition. The only thing that's going to just make us improve. Okay, here, the nasal bone is here. Okay, here this portion, because the mouth obviously follow the form of the face, and there are muscles that come from here, from up to this portion. Okay, there's a bump here next to the mouth because of the same reasons. The muscles that come from the cheekbone to the mouth and from the mandible to the mouth. Light here, light here. Okay, here, this is the eye socket. This portion is the bone. Okay, there is always light here because there is something. If you see a skull, you see this is rounded, spherical. Light, and then light on the eyelid. Now on the forehead. Okay, I'm just using basically this grayish color. It doesn't mean that's it's gonna stay there. I'm gonna put more paint on top, slowly and slowly. I'm gonna make adjustments. Maybe one area is gonna be more yellowish, another area just kind of pale with more white. Okay. Oh, hello, Ines. Ines does art. Doesn't depend on where you put it. Oh, Monique, I think you're speaking about the lights. Yes. I'm speaking about the color. Yeah. What medium did I use? Rush is asking me. I don't use any medium. I have used linseed oil just for the background, for the face, just nothing, just directly the oil paint. Gracias Mario Lonzi, gracias Frank. Okay, let's see. I got the lights there. Okay. I'm blending a little bit. I'm gonna put more paint just in a minute. Okay, after adding this lighter color, I'm adding one more value. Okay, and at the same time volume. Okay, and I'm blending and I'm trying just to get the volume of each area. For example, here is rounded. When we blend, we try to kind of mold this like the same way that we do with a sculpture. Okay, we can just do this and thinking that this is rounded. Okay, obviously this is not enough. I need to add more paint. Why? Because obviously we can make mistakes about color and values, and that happens all the time. I lay down the paint, the first layer, and then I check out and I see, hey, the face is too dark or it's too light. I want to change. I want to make changes. I can repaint all over. I can just put more paint and mix again and mixing and mixing and mixing. Okay. Hello, Emily, Jeffrey. Thank you. Okay. Now, what you see here is basically just a portrait and just basically 3 values. Yeah. Just that. Oops, my mistake. This color. More white. I clean the brush, I pick up more paint. You know, here's my brush. I press harder, I lay down more paint. Okay, with the same brush, with the same amount of paint, I can move over here, I press lighter. Okay, it's different. Just with the same color I can get different variation of this color. Okay. Here, press harder. It's not just one way to paint a la prima. I can just mix the color here and lay down the brush stroke and leave it there. Okay, when I do that, I spend more time mixing because I know that I'm not gonna mix that much on my canvas, just on my palette. Okay. One way or the other, what we want at the end is always copy the values, copy shapes, you know, and use color to help us to create depth and edges, obviously. Okay. Let's see. Feel free to ask me any question. blending. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna add a touch of red for the ear, a bit more. Okay. Let's see. Now I think everybody can see my painting and just say, hey, I see some differences. I see color differences. I see drawing differences. Okay. Now, that's when you paint, we shouldn't be worried about this stage to get really close. When you get a stage, when you see differences, that's pretty good. Because from here, you know what to do. You know, it's just, hey, I'm gonna make it. Remember, okay, the values that you gotta pay attention maybe more than the later values because it's kind of, let's say, a bit 1% easier just to light up the colors by adding more white, or yellow, or or a lighter color. But the darker ones are the ones that we want to protect. Okay, sometimes we end up with those values. Just we ended up lighting up those values. We don't see shadow. We don't see lights. Okay. Now, what you see, if somebody wants to capture the skin color, like you see in the photograph, I think anybody can just see that I need a bit of green. Eh? Maybe it's the green around. Maybe it's the green from the blouse. Maybe the green, obviously, is reflecting back everywhere. And I'm just gonna mix here this white, touch of blue, touch of yellow. Okay, what if I put it here? Well, you lay down the paint and check out. We're gonna blend it a little bit. You see the kind of, there's a mixture there, and my color just basically fade away on this color. I'll make it more greenish because I want to see the greenish color here. I gotta make it more maybe than you think. That's gonna be okay for the face. It's gonna be like, wow, that color is too greenish. How is gonna be possible that's gonna stay here? Remember, everything is wet. I lay it down here, and I'm just okay, mixing. Continue mixing on my painting. Remember, if my approach was different, like planning to lay down a brush stroke and leave it there, I will spend more time here mixing and trying to match the color. Maybe mixing again and put more paint on top until I got the color I want. The color and the value I want. Okay. What's more important, the color values. continue putting paint on top and more paint. Now I see a color that looks, that's getting closer to the color I want. I want to see the reflected green here. Then if I'm thinking about copying a photograph, I see that this color is kind of close. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Now, let's think about the shadows. You know what I think? That I got this green color here. I got the background that looks kind of yellowish, yellow ochre. A light yellow ochre, a lighter yellow ochre. I got the skin color here, which is kind of pale, kind of greenish here. What I'm thinking, what if I make this shadow more greenish? Maybe that's too much. But I like the idea. Okay, I'm gonna try to pull it off, but I don't know if that's gonna work. When you change things, that means obviously that you're painting what you want to see, and then that's when you need to make more and more adjustments, because that usually works in that way. We move here, we move there, we put more paint, we change values, we change colors, to the point that we think, hey, this is what I want. Okay. I got this idea of making the shadow more reddish. I see a little bit of red too, it's not like I don't see any red there. Okay. Okay, another thing that's about edges. Right now I can start thinking about edges. Obviously, a sharp edge is gonna work good. What about there? I'm gonna make it just this come out a little bit more to the left. Okay. 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 Okay, I'm gonna knock down this red here. Okay. What about more color here? More paint. No more color, more paint. Here a bit of red. Stepping back, squinting, comparing. A little bit of green. Okay. I have here chrome green. What is it? I like it, this color. I like it. I like this color. Okay, let's see if I can just. I'm gonna mix it with cobalt blue. More chrome green. Okay, a bit of white. Where was that? There, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna just clean the brush a little bit with what is here. I'm gonna just put it on top. Okay, I like it. No, maybe it's more greenish than what I see on the photograph. I'm gonna keep it, okay? This little portion. I'm gonna pick up this brush for blending and I pick up just a little bit. Almost nothing, just a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna zoom in so you will see the paint. I like it, you know. There's not a lot of paint, but I like anyway the texture. Hey, look at that. It's pretty clear when it's closer. Look at the green. From a distance, the green kind of, you know, fades a bit. Oh, thank you, Sylvia. Hello, Alfred. Alfred. Oh, Freddy. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna work a little bit on the face, on details on the face. Okay, let me think first. Okay, yeah. Need a brush, number 0, double 0. Yeah, this is number 0, and here I have a number double 0. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now I'm gonna draw a bit. I mix raw umber and alizarin crimson. I just always use this mixture when I'm drawing. Okay, let's see. What I see here. I'm just comparing really fast, checking out the angle of the nose, angle of the eyes. Okay, and I always draw, let's say, just one eye first, and then the other one. One stroke here, one brush stroke here, and one brush stroke here. Okay. A bit here, a bit here. I don't want a lot of definition because obviously it's not about getting one eye really good, it's about both eyes. Okay, I check out all this area here. Like for example, was this shape here. I squint and I compare. Another thing that I see when I squint down my eyes is value differences. For example, I see that here is darker. Okay, and here is darker, and even I can see some kind of triangular shape here, like that. That's what I see when I squint down my eyes. Okay, now this shadow, it goes up here, goes up, and to the right. Okay. Let's make some adjustments. Okay. Now I use a mirror. I just pinpoint my eyes between the photograph and the painting. Okay, I squint down my eyes and I step back. Okay. Hello, Jonas. Oh, thank you, Mohammed. Hello, Martin. Okay. Now I'll move to the nose. Okay, let's see. How tilted is the nostril? How tilted is this angle here, and then this, and then this. Okay, I'm trying to copy, I'm just simplifying what I see and trying to copy just angles, okay? This angle, this angle, this angle here, this, the filtrum, that is made of, let's say, two planes, like one, two. No planes, two lines. Yeah? One, two. Okay, now the mouth. A bit bigger. I think the mouth is good. Okay. Now let's see the chin. Okay, yeah, a little bit down. Okay, and sharp. Okay, let me do something here on the background. Sharp edge just there. I'll make it soft here. And then I can make it a sharp edge here again. Above there. Yeah, that's good, that's good. No, I gotta narrow this. Or it could be maybe about moving the nose a bit to the left. Yeah, I think it could be moving this. Kind of blending and pushing a bit the shadow here on the glabella area. Pushing the shadow. The result is going to be that my nose is going to look this a little bit to the left. Okay, now I see this space is kind of better, but it's not perfect. Okay, what about sharp edge again here? I'm gonna try again. Even that I'm thinking that I need to narrow this, I just want to see what's the effect of a sharp edge there, and having a lost edge, soft edge here, and then sharp here again. Sharp here, soft, sharp, obviously no more edges. Okay, in a minute I'm gonna double check there. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. I like it right now. Okay, but as I continue painting, I just check out everything again and again. The whole painting again and again. Okay, it's been an hour. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay, again, I'm gonna move to the eyes. Okay, let's see here. Oh no, but just gonna, I think I gotta stop just thinking about the drawing for a minute. Kind of rest my eyes. Okay, I'm going to just think about color. Okay, about the reddish areas on the face. You know, the reddish colors on the face are on the same spots always. Here, a little bit pinky, a little bit reddish on the cheeks. The ear, obviously. Okay, when you're painting this reddish, check out if that red is okay, if you need a touch of orange. Okay. Now the nose. See the nose is a little bit pinky. Okay. Eyelids. Okay. Okay. Now, I was speaking about the difference between values and colors. Okay. Uh, One thing, for example, right now, I'm thinking about making the difference between colors. Okay, the highlight here, I can keep it just white. They say just white. I want this to be light. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, I can keep this white too. Okay, I mean it's not pure white as soon as lay down the paint here. I'm mixing the paint. Okay, it's not pure white. Now I'm thinking, hey, you know, I got the same light here and there. Which one is gonna pop a bit more? This one or this one? What I see on the photograph, you know, it looks like this one. Yeah, but I don't want that on my painting. This one, then I could just add a touch of yellow. I'm repeating this, you know, to the white and put it here. Touch of yellow. That touch of yellow is gonna make this color glow a bit more. Okay, I could do that with more colors. A touch of green. Okay, this has to be pretty subtle. Okay, I don't want to see green or the face just glowing there. No, it's pretty subtle. It's gonna make a subtle difference, but it's gonna work pretty good. It's gonna help some areas just to, you know, pop forward, and some areas just receding because of the colors. Okay. Now, from a distance, maybe nobody's gonna notice. Even closer, I don't know if you can see a little bit of yellowish there, a little bit of green here. Okay. If we see that this green like pretty clear, like maybe putting it like that, okay, it could work, but just control it. Okay, not that much. I could place some green here because there's an area where it's the bone. We can touch the bone there. Usually we represent that a bit greenish, and here on the nasal bone again a bit greenish, but control that. Okay, as soon as you see that's too much, you just go back to the previous color and just knock it down. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you, Monique. Thank you, Gigi. Hello, Mark. Oh, gracias, Sergio. Thank you, Sharon. You know, I'm live on YouTube and Facebook. In Facebook, I have a fan page. It's just the same name that I have here, Renso Art. I'm mixing a lizard crimson with red. I'm gonna paint here, the corner here. For the nostril, same color, alizarin crimson and red. This is permanent red, and this is quinacridone rose. Okay. This is pretty close to alizarin crimson. I think more people mostly use alizarin crimson. It's pretty close, 99.9%. And the permanent red is pretty close to cadmium red. That's why sometimes I misconfuse it. I say just alizarin crimson and cadmium red. Okay. Remember that feel free to ask me any question. Okay. Let's move to the eyes. I see some green on the sclera here. Okay, squinting, and I think this is too light. It needs to be darker. Okay. Oh, Martin's asking me, when you put the color, you leave it to dry a bit before you blend it? Oh, no. Uh, it's just like it's not enough time for the painting to dry a bit. Yeah, I didn't feel like after painting. Usually I paint for 2, 3 hours. I didn't feel like after 2 hours that the colors become sticky or anything like that. You know, uh, that could happen just with few colors. Like for example, raw umber. Raw umber is a color that you can start feeling kind of sticky after a couple of hours. But just that one, you know. Maybe 4 hours, 5 hours. That's the time that you. But I don't think about that. I blend when I want to blend. I don't wait for any specific time. Sometimes I start blending from the very beginning. Okay. Sometimes I do it just. Uh, I to be honest, I don't know. Yeah, I don't have a specific moment. Yeah. Another thing that happens sometimes that I start painting and I'm thinking I'm gonna blend this out like a lot. I'm gonna have something pretty soft. I want that, and I start painting and I don't know. I added more paint, and I got the feeling like, hey, this one is gonna look better with more paint, with some even some kind of texture. Yeah, and I follow that path. Okay, let's see, and then I change my mind again on the process, and I start blending a bit. That's really not that important for me. But at the end, I gotta say, based on the paintings that I have painted for some years here on YouTube, that ended up blending more than just being like more like sketchy or painterly on my brush strokes. I prefer always blend blend away all the texture. Yeah. On this one, right now, I like it. I like the texture that I see here on this area. I would love to put more paint, even more paint. But I don't know. I have kind of, let's say, how do you say it? The time that I think that's gonna be enough for me to paint on a live stream that usually is 3 hours top. It could be more. It depends. If at some point I see the painting that needs more work, I'm gonna spend a bit more time. Usually 3 hours is pretty good for me, and sometimes 2 hours is just enough. And now about at the same time about contrast, this is pretty tricky to do it in just few just no time like 2 or 3 hours, you know. But for example here, something I would love to see more texture here, like brush strokes, a bit, even a bit like this one, but softness here. And when I think about that, I'm thinking about making the neck just recede, making the face pop, and I'm keeping in mind just like how can I just add more to this illusion of depth. Okay, one thing is I see on the photograph, but when I see a bit more of that, and that's when I start thinking, you know, this light it shouldn't be as bright as this one, for example. On my painting, you know, I'm thinking that on my painting, not on the photograph, because on the photograph I see a really high light here. I see a sharp edge here, and even darker. But in my painting, I'm gonna keep this darker, then sharper. I'm gonna keep this kind of mute and soft. Okay. And if I put more paint because I need to just more color, whatever it is, I'm gonna try to keep it even with more paint, just soft, with a loose edge, soft edge. Okay. And, but basically, just in my head is just all those things, just thinking, hey, here and there, and then I think, hey, what about the highlight? Maybe you should try another color. And I'm thinking, what about the highlight on the nose? It's not coming forward. It's not, you know, it's not pumping like I want. It doesn't pop like I want. I got some white and chrome yellow here, which is pretty bright, and I could use it for the highlight. Okay, it isn't the touch I need, the touch I want. I check out, I step back. I'm gonna zoom in for you all to see it. Okay. You see the highlight here on the nose, tip of the nose, the yellowish tint. Okay. The intention is obviously making this highlight just pop. No, but it's not gonna be okay just with one try. You know, I gotta just paint it again. Maybe more here. Okay. I'll blend it a bit. Okay. Okay, let's paint a little bit of the hair because I like this effect, but I don't know, I got the feeling that something is incomplete, and for a second I saw the head and I thought, okay, I gotta work on the head. Okay. Oh, Sylvian, could you list again what the highlights do you prefer in your portrait, please? I like your explanations. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, it's not about what I like. Usually the highlights, when I started painting, I started with two values, and then the third value it was for the lights. And usually it's here because of the cheekbone. Cheekbone. Cheekbone is just bone, you know. Cheek is fat tissue. Nasal bone, okay? Tip of the nose, obviously. This portion of the upper lip, which is rounded. The chin, which is rounded. Now I need to add the light here. Okay, this portion of the eye socket, okay, here. Right here, there's light there, light on the forehead. And now you gotta decide, hey, which one is gonna be lighter, brighter? Which one is gonna be the next? Hello, Larry. Oh, okay. Yes, Emmanuel. Yeah, I got a mistake here on the link. You know, to the photograph. Okay. Okay, 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 let's continue. I was thinking about it here. Before the hair, I want to work on the ear. As I paint, I pimple my eyes really fast between the picture. I bounce my eyes just like that between the picture and the photograph. Joe Solom, oh, thank you. Happy 105th anniversary of the School of Fine Arts. Yeah, that's the School of Fine Arts here in Peru. 100 years. It's a lot. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try to put more attention to the likeness. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna spend the next maybe 10 minutes just trying to draw, just with this brush number 0 and the brush 00. How tilted is this eye? Okay. See a bit of the sclera here. Okay, maybe I should I see, looks like this eye is just coming down to the corner a bit more than my eye. Okay. Likeness is about first to place the position of the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Then check out the size of the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Don't have the eyes too big, too small. The same for the nose, the same for the mouth. And then from there, moving to try to copy all the values. Okay. That's why when we, let's say, trace the drawing, and then we start putting paint, and something happens that, when we ask ourselves what happened, the drawing is perfect. I traced it. It's perfect. What happens that we cannot trace values, and that's the problem. That's the problem. When we don't copy the values, we see that something is different. Remember that a value that is different, it could make the face looks a little narrower or wider or rounded or flat. That's going to affect the likeness, definitely. And on top of that, obviously, details, like the shape of this eyebrow, for example. How much light I add here on top of the eye socket is going to create more or less volume on this area, and that's going to affect the likeness. Yeah. Okay, just when you're sure that your drawing is good, pay a lot of attention to values. One thing that I do, the only tool that we have, maybe it's just squinting, but you can just pick up the photograph and make it darker. Use any program. I used to use Photoshop. Okay, and you can see in a lot of my videos that I capture the screen and I compare both the painting and the photograph on Photoshop, and I darken up both, and I compare values, and then I see what I need to fix. Okay, and all of that is just to get the likeness. And on top of that, don't stress yourself that much with the likeness. Doesn't matter how much you paint. One painting you're gonna get it, and the next painting you won't. Just move on. That's what I do. Move on to the next painting. Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm giving up on. No, it's not about that. Okay. For new people here, I have a Patreon account where we paint alone. Okay. Oh, I got a comment. Oh, E. Maccabi saying cheekbone could come down a little bit. Oh, thank you. Hello, Francesco. The whole shape there. The highlight is too low and the low light is too high. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think you mean here, yeah? Yeah, I see a difference there. Okay, I think I got the eye too big. That's one thing. Okay. Yeah. white. I'm squinting a lot, just trying to tune the values. Pretty difficult this. Like here it should be a little bit lighter. Okay. Okay. The School of Art where I have studied for 6 years is I don't know if it's today. It's today. It's anniversary. 100 105 anniversary. It's a lot, eh? Okay. What is? Let's see. This light is a little bit up. This is just raw umber, a touch of alizarin, almost nothing. Okay, what about the background? What do you think if I just leave it like that? Thank you, Jorge. Oh, thank you, Ali Decorations, and thank you, Siri Olstad. Okay. Okay, going back again to check out the likeness. Okay. I'm gonna move down this eye a bit. What colors are you using on the eyes? I think it was just a bit of green. You know, to be honest, I just I didn't think about specific color. Here for this area, kind of greenish, but it's gray. If I gotta think about specific color that I have used for here, I would say just raw umber white and a touch of green. A touch of black for the pupil. Here too. Just pure black for the pupil. Wow, my hand is shaking. Oh, it's shaking a little bit. No, I like a little bit of red here. Hello, Anna Tissar. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name and all the names that I say. I'm moving the nostril a little bit down. And I need to move the highlight a little bit down. Like I said before, feel free to ask me any question. You know, when I'm trying just to feel a little bit tired, just stop speaking. Okay, you know I wanna add some maybe yellow to the background. Okay, now let's work on the hair. Maybe we could use this color. I got this color on the brush from the very beginning. Let's see if this works. I'm using the brush for blending. Look at the brush. Okay, I'm gonna work on the ear. Let's see. I want to make this pretty reddish. This shadow, pretty saturated. There. I want to soften this edge. Soften the edge around. I keep this edge sharp again. More red here. Maybe pure different greens is gonna work. So checking. I'll make here a little bit rounded. Oh, Steve is asking me what kind of green is in her shirt. This is cobalt blue with chrome green. When do you paint a cat or dog? I'd like to know how you paint cat or dog hair. Okay, I don't know when. I will. Hello, great Lindsay, Lacing. What makes you decide to go from the ear to the mouth or back to the hair, etc.? What do you look out for? Okay, when I start to paint, I follow, they say, some steps like established first darker value, a mid-tone, and lighter values. And then from there move to, this is pretty common, from general to specific. Okay? And then I move to make adjustments, usually on values, because at the first stage I try to get closer, but that's they say impossible when we paint at the prima. I don't spend a lot of time mixing the colors, and that makes it difficult to match all the colors perfectly. Then when I got sorry, 1 second. When I got that, I start working on the drawing. The drawing, I mean that I go over, proportions, comparison, all of that. Again, I did that at the beginning when I was drawing. Drawing. As I painting, I was just drawing. I double check that. Then I continue with details. I continue with color. I start adding a few color like reddish, greenish color, some accents, some. I started to change the color of the lights or the highlights, saturate bit a bit more or desaturate the color as I want that area to recede or pop forward. Okay, working on the edges at the same time, and at some point I just start moving all over the paint. I don't kind of just jump. I see something here and jump just here to fix it, and then I step back, I squint, hey, I see, hey, here, I just move here, step back, I continue comparing. I see something on the nose, I move to the nose. At this point, I just move all around the face, fixing those little differences I see. And that's kind of endless work, because sometimes, I think I'm fixing something and I make a change. And then I check out that area and again I say, okay, it looks like I gotta just put it back again, like make it wider or narrow that again. It was like that. And that's part of the process, okay? Just moving back and forth. And at this stage I just doing that because that's why I jump to the ear, and then all of a sudden I go to the mouth. I'm moving my eyes all over the face. Okay. And I think at the same time, that it has to do with I don't like to stay to finish up one specific area. I always try to work all the face and see like the relationship between the eyes, the nose, the mouth. Always checking alignments, always checking proportions. Like for example, here this edge is aligned up with what, and the nose, all of that. Imagine an invisible grid on top of my painting, and that helps me to align everything to some horizontal and vertical axis all over the face. And I keep repeating that again and again, again and again. I mean, I don't stop on that. And if at some point I have a doubt, and at this point, I comparing a lot with the photograph. Basically, just pinpoint my eyes from the photograph to the painting more than before, because I'm trying to find those little differences on the likeness. And obviously with the likeness values, what should be darker, what should be lighter. For example, the light here should be a little bit up. Somebody told me that on the comments, about this light, moving this light up. Okay. And that's what I'm doing right now. Moving all over the face, checking out here and there. Okay. More explanations on my Patreon. Okay, now I see the ear is too reddish. I like it. It looks too reddish. Knocking down the red a bit. What about yellowish background? Pretty yellow. When it's too reddish, I using this green to knocking down the color. No, usually we knock down the color with the opposite color. Just thinking about the color wheel. Okay, that's a basic and a simple rule that works pretty good. Tarot Oracle saying, what style of brush is that? Okay, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, just putting paint. Yeah, just that. Okay, I'm comparing. Any suggestion with the background? I could just leave it there. What do you all think? Sometimes I love to add some intense colors, but it could be sometimes kind of distracting just to add, you know. But let's see. Oh no. Just putting the paint there, here and mixing. Oh, Gary saying maybe a touch more highlight on the bottom lip meets the top lip. Okay, defining the bottom lip more. Oh, something that I gotta say about that. Yeah. Oh, it looks pretty sharp here. I gotta do something here. Okay, where the upper lip meets the lower lip, we should remember that it's just like seeing two objects, one on top of the other. Okay, and when that happens, we see a cast shadow, and that's when it's gonna create a soft edge here. Since it's pretty difficult to see it, what we do basically is just soften the edge. Okay, and to represent this shadow, it's pretty common to add. We could add a lizard crimson, just pure, just there. Okay, it works pretty good. Another thing that on the upper lip here, this portion that's going down, okay, is soft. It has a soft edge. And up here we can just have a little bit of a sharp edge, not sharp. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna add a touch of red. Here a touch of green. Okay, I think that's gonna be enough for today. Yeah. Oh, Monique, see, we can hear the city behind you, right? Oh yeah, there are some people, but I live in a crowded neighborhood. It's pretty close to downtown. It's kind of the middle of downtown. It's crowded. You go out, and it's always a lot of people walking on the streets, a lot of cars, a lot of noise, and it could be pretty annoying. But here where I live, imagine a condo, and my house is the last one. You know, it's like to get to the street, I have to half half block. It's just like if I could uh, I'm closer to the street that is back at the back of this condo than the main street here. And the thing is, there is not a door on the back of the condo. But the good thing, I mean, the bad thing about that is that you gotta walk. Even when I want to buy something simple, I'm gonna walk all the way to the main door. But the good thing is that I don't hear like a lot of noises here. I just cannot imagine how is for the people that live pretty close to the street. Too many people walking, too many businesses. Here there are more businesses than just houses. It's like every house is a business. It's a restaurant, it's a store, a hardware store, just a grocery store, one next to the other, just like that. None of them are pretty close. This is my dad's house. Now it's my house. I hope so. I moved here like 6 months ago, and I'm planning just to go back to my old neighborhood. Compared to this one, my old neighborhood is pretty quiet. At night, the streets here looks like a ghost town because everything is businesses. At night, it's just like nobody walking on the street. You know, you stop in the middle of the street, you look up and down, and no one, just empty. And a half block from here, there's a store that is open. Like, look, I don't know. I mean, I have gone there midnight. It's still open, and it's always people there buying things. Looks like that's the only store that opens pretty late. Opens to midnight or maybe more than midnight. You know, and then one day you go out and there are like 20 kids on the street at midnight playing soccer. You say, wait, where did they come from? Like, they live there, you know. It's just like they live in a condo, they go out pretty late, midnight. Kids, you know, playing soccer. Usually weekends, usually Friday, because next day they don't have a school. They stayed up pretty late at night. Okay, I think that's it for today. Okay. What do you think? Is okay? Or I should continue painting a bit more? Oh, don't forget to press the like button, please. Maybe a touch of green. I was thinking maybe a touch of green here. Okay, time to go. I'm adding some blue here. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. See you all next week. Okay. Anything that I don't see that somebody sees, let me know before I go. Okay, gotta go. Take care, everybody. See you all next week. Bye. Thank you for being here.